Today, I'm taking a page out of LNU's book, and we're going to be restarting the NFL on the very first Madden 18 fantasy draft. We're going to pick like none before and build an unstoppable super team that will go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl. It's going to happen. The NFL is being restarted completely, but we're going to be the ones that are going to be the GOATs and win the Super Bowl. So, yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT, and it's time for the first official fantasy draft of Madden 18. I'm using my Tennessee Titans because we're the GOATs. We are the GOATs. And with that said, if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know by dropping a like. If you have any ideas for Madden 18 content that you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. Let's get this video to 2,000 likes because you guys can do it because you are the greatest of all time. With that said, let's start the fantasy draft. And we get the first overall selection. Andrew Luck went first. Tom Brady just went. This is only a one-year thing. So we're going to have to pick a quarterback. What quarterback do we want to get? I think it's got to be Matt Ryan. It has to be. There's no other option. No other option. Matt Ryan is going to be the selection. 97 overall is the pick. And in pick number 2, what do we select? The best available. Do we go ahead and get a Le'Veon Bell? Do we get a 99 overall running back? Oh, I kind of really want to do it. I really do want to do it, but wide receivers have gone down the board already, fellas. Do we need to get a wide? I'm already nervous, fellas. I'm already nervous. Do we get a middle linebacker? Oh, boys. I think we're going to go... Oh, what do we do here? There's some good defensive ends available, that's for sure. There's some... A 98 Ndamukong Suh. I think I have to do it, fellas. We're going to go ahead and get a defensive player, 98 overall defensive tackle. Gronk just was selected, which is pretty trash. And we're going to go offense again, and I cannot pass up on the best running back in the game, 99 overall Le'Veon Bell. I know running backs stay on the board for the longest time, but we have got to get a 99 when we have the chance. Now we're going to go back to defense, or maybe we should get a wide receiver. Now there's still some decent wide receivers out there. I think we need to go ahead and get ourselves a linebacker, because linebacker's looking pretty thin. James Harrison's still available. Or do we go ahead? Oh, corners are going downhill quick, guys. Going downhill quick. We might as well go ahead and get Byron Maxwell. We've got to get a corner. Man, these are some trash corners, and a lot of them are old, but we had to get a corner. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and skip our offensive pick and go straight to linebacker because we have a defensive player selected in every level of our defense. Lineman and secondary, but now we need a linebacker. Now we need to get a middle linebacker. Brandon Marshall looks pretty good. He's looking pretty tasty. And we're going to get... Oh, we almost got Darrell. We're getting the non-wide receiver Brandon Marshall. Pick number 6. Let's go back to offense. We need to get ourselves a wide receiver because there's no good wide receivers available left. Oh my God. Let's go. Why not? We're going to get the wide receiver Brandon Marshall because that's got to bring some type of chemistry. Some type of chemistry has to be brought to the table from having two guys on both sides of the ball with the name Brandon Marshall. And you know what? We haven't got an offensive lineman yet. Let's get the second best offensive lineman available since he's a little bit younger than Marshall Yonda. And we'll get Zach Martin with the hopes that he will progress a little bit throughout this season. Going to our next pick. I think we need to go defense this time. And the defensive ends are looking pretty thin as well. Down to 83 overalls. Do we need to get an outside linebacker? That's looking pretty thin too, man. James Harrison's still there, though. He's an 89. He's probably going to stay there for a while since he is a little bit older. But I feel like we need to get a corner, man. Corner's about to get down to those 80s. Jonathan Joseph might be the best man for the... You know what? Darius Butler, he's 31. These are all old guys. Maybe I should just wait. Maybe we should get a safety. The safeties are pretty trash too, man. Let's go ahead and get one of these two guys. Let's get Maurice Alexander. I kind of want to go defense again, man. Unless there's a good tight end. There's some decent tight ends, but we can get a better tight end later. We have one offensive lineman, though. There's some 90s left. Some 90 overalls. I might go to tackle next pick. But let's see. There's so many things that I want to get that I can't. We need an outside linebacker, though. I kind of want to get him, even though he's old. Oh, I'm in a bind. I know defensive linemen go off the board a lot quicker than other positions, so I might go ahead. Oh, my. Oh, my. How old is this guy? 34! He's 34. This guy's 24. We're going to go ahead and get him. I know he's an 81, but we're going to go ahead and get him. Now, we're going to get an offensive tackle. Go ahead and get that off the board. We need left tackle is the most important position on the offensive line. There's a 92. He's old, but we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves Andrew Whitworth. You know what? I want to get a good offensive line. You know what? Screw it. And go ahead and get a 92. He was at the top of the board. We're going to go ahead and grab him up. Now we're going to need to go defense. We only have one corner, so we need to get a corner. We need to get a corner, man. Our defense isn't looking too good so far. It really isn't. Should I just get the old man? Should I get the old man Terrence? He's worked this hard to stay relevant in the NFL as a 38-year-old. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and go ahead and select old man Terrence. Now I feel like we need to get ourselves another wide receiver. Oh, the wide receiver depth is no more. This is bad. This is freaking bad. Let's go with Mike Wallace. And I am very, very not happy with our wide receiver depth. We've yet to get a right end, and they're still at the 80s. You know what? I want to get an 80 overall defensive end. I want our defense to be 80 overall and above. We'll go with the younger 80 overall, and that's Adrian Claiborne. So our defensive line is half decent. Not incredible, but it's half decent. Now I think I'm going to go back to defense, and I'm going to get myself a free safety since they're still over 80. Should I get Reggie Nelson? He's 34. Why am I getting so many old players? He's 30. He's old. He's old. They're all old. Von Bell. He's young. We're going to get him. 77. He can progress, potentially. Hopefully he does. And I did see a lot of running backs just go off the board. Let's see what our next selection is going to be. We need an offensive tackle. And we got an 88 Zach Streif. He's still available. It's going to be an old offensive line. But, I mean, this is a one-year thing. Trying to go all out, restarting the NFL. So, next selection, going back on defense. I can only imagine the amount of cringe you guys are giving me. Because I know I always get bashed when they draft bad. But I'm going to keep the faith that I'm doing good. Got to believe in myself. And everybody's old. Christian Jones is young, though. He's 26. You know what? We're going to grab him. I probably should have been smart and looked at the rest of the positions that were available, but it's okay. Going right into our next selection, Marshawn Lynch, man, is still there, and I kind of want to grab him, but I got to be smart. We have yet to get a tight end yet. Vernon Davis acts crazy sometimes, so with that being the case, Jacob Tammy's a little bit younger. Marshawn Lynch and Jonathan Stewart just went off the board, but we don't need a backup running back just yet. We're going back to defense. We need to get ourselves a right outside linebacker. We're going to get the rookie TJ Watt. He's still available with a first-round pick. That's our first rookie that we have selected out of this draft. There's some teams that just picked Blaine Gabbert, so I'm feeling kind of confident now. But we need to get, well, I don't know what we need to get. What else do we need on defense? We need another defensive tackle. We need some more corners. We need to go ahead and get a third corner at least. Jonathan Joseph, he's so old though, man. They're all so old. You know what? Let's see if the oldies can be great in the secondary. Why not? Why not select them? We need to get a backup running back because injuries can happen. Danny Woodhead's a good option. We'll go ahead and snag him up. We need to get a wide receiver too because we only have two half-decent wide receivers. There's so many positions still. We're already in round 22. The wide receivers that are available are trash. They're trash. Oh my. Oh my. How is Tajay Sharp only a 71? You know what? We'll pick him. We'll pick him. I'm a Titans fan. I have faith in the man Tajay. Now let's go back over to defense and see what we can pick here. We need another defensive tackle. We also need another middle linebacker. Who's left? Carlos Dansby is another. Oh, it's a team of old guys. But you know what? At this point, God, hopefully this team of old freaking retirement home players can do something good, not make me look like an absolute idiot out of this draft. Now continuing, man, we need a second tight end. Why not get Vernon Davis? Why not? I mean, that's a good backup tight end to have. I'm going to get him. We'll be able to tell from this fantasy draft if picking old players will hurt you. I'm going to get old, experienced players over young, unexperienced players. Unproven players. I'm getting proven players. That's the most important thing. We've yet to get a center. I've completely neglected the center position. And there's still some decent ones, though. So I'm not too mad at myself. We'll go with the highest overall, Jeremy Zuta. Because you can take some experienced offensive linemen because that's what you need. You know what? We'll make a couple more picks, but this team's looking good. Why don't we get ourselves a backup quarterback here? Nah, we need ourselves another defensive tackle first. And then we already have 4 corners. So I think we're good, dog. We're going to do this, get this defensive tackle, and then go get a backup quarterback. Now, which one? Let's get Gabe. We got Gabe. Now, one more selection, guys, and we're going to get a backup quarterback. Now, which backup quarterback is it going to be? Matt Castle, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Colt McCoy. Do we go and get swag man Chad Kelly, Mr. Irrelevant himself? I think it has to be the move. I think that has to be the move. One of the best rookie quarterbacks that's left available, 70 overall. Chad Kelly with that 91 throw power is going to be the selection. So we're going to go ahead and skip to the end of the draft and see what this team has in store. I mean, this team looks pretty good. Aside from not having great wide receivers, we're okay. We have Matt Ryan and Le'Veon Bell, man. Danny Woodhead dropped to a 74, which isn't good. We have a couple good tight ends. And our defense isn't great, but it's not awful. We have a bunch of old guys on this team that will hopefully, with their experience, lead us to at least the playoffs, or this will be a complete fail. So first of all, we're going to sim to mid-season and see if in our restart of the NFL, I drafted not like an idiot. Hopefully not. So we are actually 5-2 on the year. We're having a great season. And you guys that were bashing me in the comments for drafting awful players, you need to apologize to me in the comments because you were probably rude. I probably have a lot of filtered comments right now saying, you effing suck. But you know what? We're 5-2. But I am speaking a little bit too, soon. Counting my T-Rexes before they hatch out of their eggs. So we need to just stay a little bit more humble. And we're still going to be great. But are we leading our division, though? And we are. The Texans are having a good year as well. This is a tough division. So hopefully we don't end off the season trash, because we might not make the playoffs with as good as our division has been so far. But with that said, guys, we're going to send them to the playoffs. And you're going to see here in just a second that we are playoff material. If we're not in the playoffs, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be so pissed. I won the Coach of the Year award. I won the Coach of the Year award. I got a first round bye. We went 13-3. I went 13-3. Suck it. The best record in the NFL. Everybody that was saying, oh, you RBT, you're an idiot drafter. You gotta own up to it. You have to own up to it. We had the best record in the NFL by 2 games. As you see the rest of the teams that made it to the playoffs. The Falcons, whoever was drafting for the Falcons, y'all some dumb idiots. 3-13. These teams are trash. Y'all should have been saying these teams are drafting like trash because we're not trash. Now let's see how good our offense was. We had the best offense in the NFL. Look at that. And the 6th best defense in the NFL. I put my faith in the proven experienced players and it panned out. It panned out. Now let's see if we had anybody win the MVP. No. Russell Wilson on the Chargers won. Drew Brees on the Cowboys. Matt Ryan came in 6th. My boy Mariota's on the Denver Broncos, which kind of hurts. But at least we're still in the playoffs. Matthew Stafford on the Patriots, which is crazy. And Tom Brady on the Green Bay Packers. Did we win Coach of the Year? Of course. Of course we did. Because I drafted his team. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have been Coach of the Year. Now I do want to see who the Rookie of the Year was. Deshaun Watson on the Jaguars. As you see the rest of these players. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year in the AFC was Marshawn Lattimore on the Browns, and Jabril Peppers got drafted by the Browns as well. Now, in the NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year was Reuben Foster, a former Alabama great, and Myles Garrett, who was the first overall draft pick, didn't win Rookie of the Year. Now, looking at the Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC goes to DeShone Kizer of the New York Giants. Mitch Trubisky went to the Vikings, and Mahomes went to the Eagles and didn't have a great year. Leonard Fournette, I expected him to be higher. Tywan Taylor, the underrated draft pick for the Titans, who's been overshadowed by Corey Davis. Watch out for him. He's going to be a beast. Matt Ryan looked like he's a great pick. 41 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Le'Veon Bell, look at that. Danny Woodhead, you were probably flaming me in the comments for picking him when I did. 21 rushing touchdowns. Are you kidding me? What a freaking beast. Now, Drew Brees led the NFL in passing yards. Mariota had 4 yards less than 5,000. Who led the NFL in touchdowns? My boy Matt Ryan was tied. Who led the NFL in interceptions? Deshaun Watson, the rookie. Mariota, what are you doing up there? Another rookie up there as well. Tom Brady didn't have the greatest of years with the Packers. That's a little bit crazy. Rushing yards wise, it had to be Danny Woodhead led the NFL in touchdowns at least. LaShawn McCoy led in yards. And my boy Danny Woodhead actually tied with Adrian Peterson of the Cowboys. This NFL restart is crazy. Who led the NFL in receiving yards? DeAndre Hopkins. Who led the NFL in touchdowns receiving? Jordan Reed and Tywan Taylor, my boy. Aaron Donald led the NFL in sacks, followed by the veteran Julius Peppers. Interception lead goes to Marcus Peters, followed by DRC and Von Davis. Now, guys, it is time to see how far my Tennessee Titans can make it in the playoffs. Can we win the Super Bowl? The Raiders stand in our way. There's no way we're gonna lose, and of course, we get the W. One game stands in our way of winning or making it to the Super Bowl. The Colts, they're not gonna beat us. There's no way. And we did get the win, because you see, we're gonna be taking on the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. If we actually win the Super Bowl in my first fantasy draft attempt of the year, I am gonna be hyped, and I better you at least say some nice things in the comments, please, because that would make me happy. Or at least drop a like on the video. But I'm speaking a little bit too soon, because I made it this far before, but hopefully we're gonna take it one step further and actually win the Super Bowl. So we're gonna advance to the week. I'm blacking out the screen now because we're not gonna look. I am not looking at the screen until we pull up the schedule. We're on the schedule. We're going to team schedule. Did we win the Super Bowl? It is time to reveal ever restart. I can't believe we actually did it, but we did. That video deserves a like, so make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes. That will be incredible from you guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.